Hi Libra, it's Erin Scott here. With your assessment, we're going to tap in and do an artistic channeling this month as we start 2018 with this Capricorn new moon on January 16th, 2018. And I'm just taking charcoal to paper to see what images, pictures, symbols, forms, shapes, archetypes, what is it that wants to come through. Now I will tell you that yours took a while to come. So we'll talk about it as it goes through here, but you're going to see that there wasn't much that wanted to come through for you here. And we'll talk about why. Because I did some divination to see what was going on. But you can see here there was two kind of shapes that emerged. Kind of an initial arc and then another arc, and then now there's this kind of line pushing up inside one of these curved shapes. Now there's like a horizon line developing with what is becoming a mountain in the background with a tree in front of it. So what I'm drawing now is a tree. And you can see that it's in the distance. So from the space, the forward section of the drawing, the frontmost portion, we have these arcs. In the background is the horizon line. In the background is this tree in front of this mountain. The interesting thing about the tree, which represents growth, it represents wisdom, maturity, getting to an adult stage. But it definitely represents growth. The abundance of life force coming into manifest form. That's the tree. The interesting thing about the mountain that is behind it is that where the tree is landing, it's encapsulated by the mountain. Do you see that? So the tree, in a way, is boundaried by a weight or a big ambition. And it might feel overwhelming. You know, there might be something about the growth, the idea, the seed, the inspiration for some future growth that feels big, weighted, heavy, almost like a heavy responsibility that you want to be able to give, to serve in some way that's meaningful. Here you can see that inside this arc, in the foreground, we have this line and these fractaled lines coming off of it like the veins of a leaf. One of the things that I noticed here is that these veins of the leaf, they don't proceed to the edges of this arc formation, which looks like it's becoming this leaf. But you can see now in the drawing process, because I edited out some spaces in here where I was just waiting for inspiration, all of a sudden I got the image that all of this had to be fuzzed out. That all of this in the foreground, the two arcs and now the veins of the leaf, all of it had to be smudged out. Fuzzy, foggy. And that's when I got the idea that I needed to pull cards, because something was preventing clarity coming for you. So I'm pulling here Colette Baron Reed's The Enchanted Map cards, and I read them both upright and reversed. And you got an upright card of the Wishing Well, number 48. So I'm going to read it here, and this is going to explain what came forward and why. The Wishing Well. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Upright. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now You're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration. And sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate, or are conceiving a baby, or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, then trust that it will come. Prepare to be amazed. So, Libra, what I want to say is this. The reason why there was minimal form that wanted to come through for you for this artistic channeling this month, when so much was coming through for the other signs, is because for you, apparently, there seems to be a space of inspiration, of inception of idea that is activated for you that does require the imaginal realm, the immaterial realm, for you to tap into the space of your consciousness field, to the source within. And because of that, the clarity of the image was in the background, not the foreground. The foreground was fuzzed out eventually. The background of the tree in front of the mountain, and indeed, in a way, in its two-dimensional appearance, looked to be encapsulated by the mountain. So there's something big that you wish to happen, but you might feel a bit overwhelmed by it. And so thus the wishing well is having you not define how the tree, whatever it is that you wish to make manifest in your life, to not define the details of it too tightly, because then life can't show up to provide its participatory effort to your dream, to actually make it manifest. So thus, everything got fuzzed out in the front. And what that could mean for you is that this month ahead is going to be fuzzy, foggy, or you're going to spend it in a respectful way, really diving into a meditative state, a contemplative state, where you allow the dream to become manifest for you. And because of that, no solid images were coming through other than that in the background, that in the extreme, let's say, future for you, the image in the future that wants to come. But the now for you is a very immaterial time. So that is the main theme for your growth journey over the course of this cycle. I send you much love.